Shalom, we live. We going live tonight. We going live tonight. We going live tonight. We going live tonight. What's up, y'all? What's up? Huh? What's up? What's going on? One in the chat.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? Just wait. We're gonna start at 9:05 like we normally do.
All right.
4 people in here. What's up, Panty Eater Clean Panties in here? That's what we like, clean panties. Clean panties. Other 3, what's going on? Other 3, what's going on, man? We're gonna have us some fun tonight. Peace, brother. Peace, Smokey. Peace to y'all. The other 2, what's up, other 2 in there? Going on. We starting at 9:05. 5 people in here. What's up, JD? Chilling. Thank God for water, man. I thank the Almighty Creator for water so I can wash my ass. You know what I mean? It's good to wash your ass. So you can wash all your sins away. You know what I mean? Yep, we're going to have fun talking about these Title 4D services and their little bastard court. Obligees. Your baby mama is the obligee, not G, but G. In the 8th Amendment, when they lock you up in jail, you know. The 8th Amendment means excessive bail. They ain't supposed to be charging you all that type of fiat notes, currency. You know what I mean? Shalom, TB. What's going on? Got 1 minute left. 1 minute left. We're going to get it on. Title 4D services. We got Mr. JC, Mr. Income Withholding Termination in the house. Gonna be speaking tonight a little bit. And we got Brother G Alex. I don't know where he at. Probably getting some he getting some, okay. But yeah, let's start. Hey, we reserve our United States constitutional rights, freedom of speech, Declaration of Independence, not the Affidavit of Independence. Okay. We're not giving out legal advice. We're just gonna read what's out in these books. You know what I mean? So let's get started. Let's talk about the Title 4D agency services. Okay. Y'all all know what a service is, right? A service is just like you go to Walmart, Kmart, the grocery store, tire shop, change your tires. People who provide a service. And you got people who provide a service that have clauses in their policies, right? Because policies are not laws. They're just policies, AKA warranties, right? But the service, child support service, take off that other T and a Y and they just have a warrant because it's dealing with money. And I like to say hello to all my fellow executors. Fellas, we are all executors. Okay? And if you don't know what executor means, you need to go read and see what executor means. Right? Executor. And then you don't have to appoint no trustee for your estate, AKA your person. Okay? Because the United States Constitution, the Fourth Amendment says you have the right to secure your papers and your property and effects, right? That's what it says. Your person is that all cap for that service that was forced upon you by the baby mama, right? Because what she did when she went down there for the last time, she went and placed your name and gave you a trustee, which is the state. So the state is coming after you because she is the obligee and the state is the obligee, right? They begging for your money and they need you to sign for something so you can pay them. So once she gave you your social security number, right? Once she gave that up, that's when you became a ward of the state until you rebut that shit, right? So that's when you're supposed to file your claims of identity theft right off the gate. You know what I mean? Because nobody can force a service upon you. All right? Is that making any sense? Nobody. Title 4D services and their policies, AKA rules, they didn't say that you couldn't get a refund. Now, did it? Did it say no refund policy? No, it did not say that. They might change the motherfucker since I'm saying it. I'm talking this shit. You know what I mean? It doesn't say no refund. You're not able to get a refund. It does not say it in none of their policies. They strictly trying to hypnotize you with them words and making you believe that you owe the shit, but she owes it. Your baby mama is the obligee and she owes that service. She owes the state. She is the obligee. They're acting like a creditor, but she has help from the other obligee, which is the state. Title 4D services. So you have two obligees. They're both the creditors. It's just like credit card company. I'm going to say it over and over again until you guys get it. Check this out. I'm going to hit y'all with this. Shalom, bro. Check this out. I'm going to hit you with this. Now, why in the hell they didn't call both of y'all down, call you down there while they was waiting with their little contract and tell you, hey, we need you to sign this. You finna pay child support. If they would have warned you about paying child support, I know some fools was gonna sign it. But look, if they would have warned you, but hey, you're gonna have to pay child support. If you don't pay, you're going to jail. Would you would have signed that? I'm waiting. Would you would have signed that shit? Fellas, you're dealing with a service. That's what you're dealing with. The Title 4D Social Security service is owned by the IRS. Okay. Yes, co-conspiring. Yes, it's another word I'm looking for too, but I'm gonna say that that's for the clients and shit. But anyway, excuse me. Like I was saying, then you got these courts, right? That's why they get y'all in there. They have your information, and if you don't say nothing, hey man, I ain't tell you to put my information. I ain't tell her to put my information down. What are we here for? Money, right? Obligee means creditor. It's not going to say that on the internet, fellas. I have the books, okay? It's going to say creditor. The state is the creditor, and your baby mama is the creditor. And if you sign that contract and if you agree to it verbally, you then become the obligor, right? And the obligor what? Binds himself legally to pay that bitch's debt, aka it's your obligation to take care of her and her household, and they hide behind the children because y'all know damn well a child don't need $1,000 a month. And when we was growing up, let me tell y'all, when we was growing up, my mom and dad ain't spend that type of money on me. I used to get shoes out of the grocery store. Okay. I got a pair of shoes out of the grocery store and they was called High Tech. Okay. There was some Buddy Boy shoes. I wore Buddy Boy shoes. I never owned a pair of Jordans in my life. Jordans are for people who actually play basketball. Okay. I was made fun of in elementary school, you know what I mean, and middle school because I couldn't afford the Jordans. Well, it ain't we could afford the Jordans. It was they don't believe in all that. My folks was talking about it was just the name. You know what I mean? So y'all ought to feel crazy for giving these people all this money. And if you don't see your child dressed up in Jordans, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, if your child, you spending $1,000 a month and your child don't look better than your baby mama, we have a problem. Houston, New York, California, Texas, Louisiana, we have a problem. And the surrounding states. Right? Obligee means creditor. So what did you borrow? Nothing. You didn't borrow anything. She borrowed something, right? And then the state borrowed something for them to have a job. So when you, fellas, you're actually keeping these people in employment when you keep paying this child support. Y'all are creating child support jobs through your payment, through withholding or garnishment, whatever they want to call it. Y'all are creating the jobs for these child support agencies. And if you have a college degree, college just showed you how to be an entrepreneur, but they're not telling you that though. Okay, you could have did it on your own for free. And then when you go in these stupid ass courts, the women run these family courts and they gonna argue with you. Their job is to argue with you and talk you out your shit, disencourage you, change you. You know what I mean? That's their job. Right? That is their job, to talk you out of your manhood. Okay? Obligees. Look up obligees. We're gonna go hard a little bit on this, on the Constitution, on the 8th Amendment. All the real people here who standing here listen, you're gonna get a blessing. The rest of everybody who come in, leave, ain't shit gonna happen to them. They're gonna still be paying child support. The people who want to do stuff, who want to get off, who reading, who put in this work, put in this time, y'all gonna get off child support. But these other buffoons, they gonna be complaining, sound like little bitches. They need to cut their dicks off and put up a slit and get them a pussy. Because I'm done hearing the sad. I don't feel sorry for nobody. That shit is over with. No compromising over here. Okay? So I'm going to let JC say some things. and then we're gonna tear up the Eighth Amendment, and the Eighth Amendment is excessive bail. So when you get locked up, they charge. Well, you're gonna give me $1,000 before you before we let you go. You know what I mean? No, that's extortion and fraud. JC,
Shalom, brother, and peace
Shalom.
to everybody out there. Um, how are we doing tonight?
We good. Tell everybody a snippet what happened on your job,
Oh yeah, the plantation.
the
Yeah,
plantation.
correct. You gotta call it for what it is, boys. And if there's any girls here or those who want to be girls, hey, listen. If this offends you, man, if you get offended, get on your feelings, you're not gonna be successful. All right. So, uh, so this is what happened. I think we posted a video the other day. I believe it was like Sunday or Monday morning. We opened up the week with with good news. So you got some bits from the human resources department. Before I get into what happened, remember this: when human resources was created uh, at the jobs, they were created for one purpose and one purpose only: to administrate paperwork. They were administrative employees for the company. They were nothing more than paper flippers who were supposed to be shut up, don't give any opinion except do their fucking job. Just paper flip, file paperwork. That's why they're called human resources, and research something for you. Like for instance, file your documents for the job. You get your documents and they provide it for you. All these secretaries, that's why they're called secretaries. Secrets. They're supposed to keep secrets. But obviously, in this day and age, with all these women taking over the jobs, right? Because a lot of beta cucks out there are allowing this to happen. Now you have these women who believe they're entitled to tell you what to do, and they get some stupid position called the director of a human resources manager or whatever. You're still the secretary. I don't care what title you have, and you're still a woman. So that's that. So with that being said, now that I gave you a little bit of historical about what what jobs entail of, fellas, this is what happened to me. So I signed up for child support, right? Everybody knows my story. I went over there and said, look, I don't want to deal with this shit no more. I'll go ahead and pay up, volunteer this shit. Because at the end of the day, the service is voluntary. And, I'll go ahead and, give this money. I want to be left the fuck alone, right? But obviously, the state or anybody that works for the state, they take on, they're supposed to provide you a benefit. They didn't. So now they fucked up. So now they will not garnish any child support from me, or not garnish, like withhold, right? They're not supposed to withhold any more money because they they didn't fulfill their obligations. Okay. So before I move forward, I'm gonna give you a little bit of insight. I think it's the United States Constitution, because we're talking about the Eighth Amendment, but I want to point something out to everybody. What section is it, brother, where it says that no state shall make or enforce any law? What is it? Oh, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution. Check this out. It's Article 1, Section 10 to the United States Constitution says, no state shall enter into any treaty or alliance, and it says, or make or pass any bill of attain their ex post facto law or law impairing the obligations of contracts. All right? No state shall pass any law impairing the obligation of contracts. So if you go to you apply for a job, right, or whatever the application, they make you an offer, and that offer is basically plain and simple. There's no other obligation except what's provided to you. You get paid and you go to work. It's your money. No, what I don't care what title they may have, what within the company. You render a service, which is you provided your energy and your time, and they're supposed to compensate you for that. Plain and simple. That's your property. All right. So what happened is, in one state, which I signed up with, enter into this contract, uh, to what is it, to obtain benefits. I would pay for I'll pay my obligation, which was basically pay child support. So that shit was not fulfilled. Now, fellas, that state will not touch me anymore, right? So what they did is they tried to do a couple of states to do their bidding for them. So I'm living in that state. Okay, quote unquote, I'm living in the state that I entered into a contract with. Um, instead, instead of the state coming after me and say, hey, we're gonna go ahead and take your money because they can't no more. I mean, they already fucked up. They had another state try to send a notice to me, right? Or not a notice, try to send a notice to the employer saying, hey, take this guy's money. We're gonna go ahead and send this money. Just take his money. And we said no, no, you can't take my money. You have no authority over my fucking property. So I asked the bitch from HR, is this my property? So she gave the runaround because this is what women do. They're fishy. Just remember Delilah with Samson, okay? Or remember Sarah with Abraham. They're nothing more than devious liars. So she's trying, to evade the question. I asked again, is this my property? She said yes. So who? And I said, so who authorized the taking of my property, my money? She said I did, and she was very proud, very arrogant, and everything. And then next thing big fucking scandal pops up. Comes out of the whole equation. Now, with that being said, what is it? She sent my money out, but she also had received a fucking order from the same state that tried to collect my money on behalf of the other state, right? Saying, no, don't take this guy's money. Do not take his fucking money. Leave him alone. You know why they did that? Because we send out some very powerful paperwork. Very simple, to the point. Just like I read you Section 10 of the of what is it? Of Article 1 of the United States Constitution. That's it, fellas. They didn't, they can't take my money. I think we did a termination video. We don't dismiss cases. What Brother Wasil does, he terminates the fucking bullshit. All right. If you don't receive a termination letter, you receive a dismiss letter, your case can still be picked up. It's like I can tell somebody that I don't want around me. It's like, hey, you're dismissed. Later on, I can call him, hey, come back. If you get a case dismissed, it can always come back because you can always call it back up into calendar. So that's that. I think I said enough with that, Brother Wasil. I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Well, I'm gonna read them something here in a few minutes. I'm gonna read them something. Wait a minute. Yeah, the supremacy clause, my brother. Supremacy clause is in the house. Hold on, let me see something. I'm gonna read them something out of my book. Let me see. Blah blah blah. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. The agency has rule making. I don't know what y'all know that is. They make rules, right? Okay, let me read y'all something. Contest by obligor to administrative writ of withholding. Okay. Except provided by section 158.502, an obligor receiving the notice under section 158.505 may request a review by the Title 4D agency to resolve any issue or dispute regarding the identity of the obligor or the existence of amount of arrearages. The Title 4D agency shall provide an opportunity for a review by telephonic conference or in person, as may be appropriate under certain circumstances. Okay. After review under this section, Title 4D, agency may issue a new administrative writ of withholding to the employer, including a writ of modifying the amount to be withheld or terminating withholding. If a review under this section fails to resolve any issue in dispute, the obligor may file a motion with the court to withdraw the administrative writ of withholding and request a hearing with the court no later than 30 days after receiving the notice of the agency's determination. Income withholding may not be interrupted pending a hearing by the court. Man, and look, We just had 17 in here, and you 12 that's still in here. See how y'all stick around and listening? The other motherfuckers gone. Let me keep reading. If an administrative writ of withholding issued on this subchapter is based on an order of a tribunal of another state that has been registered under Chapter 159, the obligor may file a motion with an appropriate court in accordance with the subsection C. You see what I mean? Administrative writ withholding, terminated withholding. I hear you. There are laws.
Yep.
An administrative writ to terminate withholding may be issued and delivered to an employer by the Title 4D agency when all current support, including medical support, child support arrearages, and Title 4D services for fees authorized Section 231, 103, for which the obligor is responsible, have been paid. This applies to if you sign the shit. If you sign any orders or anything. But if you ain't signed any other orders, y'all can get them. You know what I mean? What's up, my brother? Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace.
Peace, peace.
Yeah, sorry for
Peace.
the delay, brother. Oh man, I ain't even gonna lie, man. I was knocked out. I crashed hard, man. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what's up. Well, I'm reading them something about administrative written withholding and shit like that.
Oh, well, continue, my brother.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I'm gonna get him some more fire. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Man,
yeah.
Facts tonight.
Okay. Check this out. I'm gonna give y'all the definitions. What they mean. Child means an individual, whether over or under the age of majority, who is alleged to be owed a duty of support by individual parent. B is alleged to be a beneficiary of a support order directed to the parent. Now, you see the word beneficiary, right? What did that tell? What language has beneficiary in it? Trust law language. Okay. So your children are the beneficiaries of you. So that's why they got to trick you and get you in the child support court, because you are the executor of the whole fucking thing. You know what I mean? Let me keep going. Child support order, not child support court order. It's just a child support order. Means a support order for a child, including a child who has attained the age of majority under the law that issuing state. Duty of support means an obligation imposed or imposable by law to provide support for a child, spouse, or former spouse, including an unsatisfied obligation to provide support. Now, let me tell you something, fellas. When somebody said they're authorized to collect by law, tell them by what law? Can you quote me that law? Don't let nobody tell you they're authorized by something by law and they don't even know the law. Right? And let me
Correct.
Family Code 159 in Texas, 103 Tribunal of a state. Are you a part of that tribe? Are you an Indian of that tribe? Huh? Are you an Indian of that tribe? And who is the head of that tribunal of the state? The governor, right?
Yeah.
Because the governor is the president of each state, corporation. Every city is a corporation. Okay? Every state is a corporation. Don't forget that. All right? And if you don't vote, that shit don't apply to you. But if you vote, if you register to vote, you just registered to be a citizen, i.e., well, I don't like to say we are citizens, but you just registered to be a slave. Because you can be an unregistered citizen, because the word citizens is your persons that I'm talking about.
Voting means to devote yourself to a god. Look up.
Yes. Yes. So vote means to praise your God. So you gave up your rights when you cast that ballot. Okay? That's what you just did. You let somebody govern you instead of you governing yourself. Okay? That's what's going on. Let me reach out some more stuff. Oh, yeah. The Attorney General is the head of every child support agency. Don't forget it. He's the department head. Am I lying, my brother?
Which department we talking about?
The child support agency.
Oh yeah, like in Texas and other states, it might be the secretary of that agency.
Yes, yes. But still, if you sue these people in their official capacity, the attorney general defends them.
Yes.
Okay. So you can sue these people in their official capacity, or you can sue them in their individual capacity. You know what I mean? Either or. You got to catch them in both, and you got to know how to sue them and what to sue them on.
Technically, if any of them violate your rights, you're supposed to send a copy of it to the attorney general. He's supposed to be correcting them.
Y'all heard that? Say that again, brother.
Anytime an official in that capacity does something to you, you're supposed to send a copy of your claim to the attorney general. He's the one supposed to correct them. Yeah, anytime an official does something criminal to you, the attorney general gets a copy of that claim because the attorney general can bring criminal prosecutions towards them. But how can you do that if the attorney general is running the same show? Conflict of interest.
Y'all hear that, bro? Y'all hear that, bros? Let me hit y'all with some more shit. We're gonna move on to excessive bail. Yes, what's up? So they hold you from child support, right? And child support, they supposed to go by the Constitution. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The child support's supposed to respect your Constitution. When they fuck over your Constitution, you got them. Because when they pick y'all up for these warrants, and they say, hey, well, I'm gonna hold you for $1,200 if you can't pay, right?
Right.
You got them. That's a Eighth Amendment violation, excessive bail. Real talk. You got
know what else they make excessive?
what?
Your charges.
Your charges. Yeah, they make excessive your charges, and then two fellas, it's on there on the state laws how much they can charge you under their statutes.
Yes. But what they do, they lock you up and say, hey, you got to pay this to get out of jail. This is usually what they try to collect from child support. Man, look, y'all better look up your laws because that's unconstitutional.
That's ransom.
You're looking at bill of attainders. You're looking at debtors prison. I mean, come on, man. It is obvious. Seriously.
Yeah.
And when they overcharge you, see, if you were locked up for a charge and they added extra charge to that, the prosecutor's only doing that so you can agree to a plea agreement. Once you agree to a plea agreement, you give up your Fifth Amendment constitutional right. And you give up your right to fight later.
Yes. If you sign any of that paperwork, you just fucked yourself.
Yes.
You
agree to the jurisdiction of a court indefinitely.
Yes.
Didn't I just read him that?
Yeah. So
I read him that about the contracts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Under Article 1, Section 3.
Yes.
I think Section 3, yeah. Section 3, Section 10, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Section 10. Article 1, Section 10. So, fellas, a contract, right?
Yep.
Child support is contract law. And then if you sign it and don't pay, then it becomes criminal. That's what makes it criminal. Somebody said child support is not civil. Yes, child support has always been a fucking civil case. Contract law. It's always contract. You can't just say, hey, I'm gonna put you on child support and not sign nothing.
Who said it's not civil?
Somebody said it's not civil. You know what I mean?
All right, look. Let me break that down to you, okay? Because I seen one of the brothers. He retracted that comment, but I seen one of the brothers post on the last podcast that was civil. All right, let me tell you what makes it civil. All right, let me tell you what makes it civil and what makes it law when it's not really law. Anytime an attorney gets involved, it makes that child support proceeding law. When you go by yourself, it's not law, and they try to trick you indefinitely. Now, just because an attorney goes and make it law, don't make it right, and you still don't have to submit to the jurisdiction. Number two, it becomes civil when they get you to argue with the baby mama. When they get you to argue with the baby mama, that's when it becomes civil. You cannot argue anything with the baby mama because the baby mama's just there to collect. She's she signed a waiver, signing her rights over for the state to have a claim to you. She is just trying to claim the benefit of selling her your offspring to that state. So it becomes civil at that point. That's why they get her involved. Do you understand? She's
Yeah.
getting a kickback from a contract that they put you in. That's why it's tax free. It's like the lottery for her.
Yes. Like, okay. Dapper 311 said, is a summary trial in a paternity case unconstitutional? Let me tell you something, Dapper 311. There, if you ain't got no jury up there, I know none of your peers up there, there ain't no trial. They lying to you.
It's not a trial.
You on trial by the state employees because they want you to give up some free money. Okay, remember that.
Yeah, and you got to understand quasi judicial. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how that court is quasi judicial. I'm gonna tell you how the same judge is a judge in one case and not a judge in the other. Okay, the judge, see, there's two type of cases they put you in. There's a Title 4D case and there's a custody case. Each one has two different case numbers. When that judge is acting as a 4D collector, she is acting as a contractor according to the agreement under Title 4D. Okay? She works for the Social Security Administration, just like the Family Health and just like the Child Support Agency. And when she becomes a judge, see, she can't sit in the same court. So she has to get you there for the 4D court, then get you to come back for the custody. The custody is when she puts on her judicial hat. See how the trick is? But here's what they do. They get you to agree on a custody agreement, and then they slide in that Title 4D shit, and then next thing you know, they make an order saying the parties agree to this a custody agreement, and next thing you know, you're paying something. See, no, that's fraud. That's how you do it. That's how they do it. That's what quasi judicial means. That means a judge who sits in the same court, but on two different cases, because those two different cases, the judge wears two different hats. You understand?
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
That's how they work. So whenever you're making a custody agreement, or you're trying to get equal time and equity with your offspring, which you all should do, don't let them slide in that 4D agreement on you and then say you agreed on it. If they don't talk to you about that, if they don't say, hey, you know, would you like for us to enter a child support order and you're agreeing? Say, hell no. That's not due process. If they don't give you all the disclosures before they add in that 4D bullshit, that's fraud. Okay? That's fraud. And it's fraud in the factum. So if you make a child support custody agreement and they don't tell you about that, but it's in that, you know, it's not in your custody agreement like that, no, man, that's fraud.
Let me tell y'all something too. If, according to Texas law, okay, if the parties agree to an order under which the amount of child support differs from amount that will be awarded in accordance with the child support guidelines, the court may modify the order only if the circumstances of the child or the person affected by the order have materially or substantially changed since the date of the order's rendition. So, child support has to be an agreement. It has to be an agreement. If you don't agree to this shit, you don't have to pay for this shit.
You know
That's
what
why.
child support agreement?
Huh?
You know what else is a child support agreement?
What?
When they stupid ass appoint the judge. Okay, I quit. All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know the child support agreement, fellas? When these idiots talking about appoint a judge.
Right. They are appointing a contractor, someone who works for the Title 4D agencies. You're going to appoint that person who is designed to take money from you as your trustee? Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with y'all?
Okay, Dapper 331 asked the question. So, do I just let them railroad me? Okay, you can if you want to. It's your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then refuse to pay and sign the paperwork. If you want to sign whatever you want to. You're a better man than me because I ain't signing shit. If it ain't
Nope.
a $1 deal, if I'm not going to sign for a $30 million deal to get paid, nigga, please, you keep that contract, my nigga. You know what I mean?
Even when they try to get you to sign to get out of jail,
Right.
did you sign to get in jail?
Say that again, bro.
If you didn't sign to get in jail, why do you have to sign to get out of jail? Don't let these people trick you.
Y'all hear that? Huh?
For real.
If if you ain't signing $1 million deal, why the fuck you going there and signing that shit in the first place?
Thank you.
Huh? If they gotta tell you, hey man, you gonna go to jail, shit, gonna go to jail. Get out and sue the fuck out of them.
Yep. You signed something. You saying you're not gonna sue them.
Yes. Yes, bro.
And
Shit.
they can call you back in the court at any time, and you better show up.
Okay, he said, Dapper31 said, so what you're saying is that I can sign the acknowledgement of paternity then? No, I didn't say that. Just refuse the Title 4D child support. No, I didn't say that. If you want to volunteer to do the shit, volunteer. If you don't, then don't. It's your choice. It's your world. You can do whatever you want to. If you want to pay, if you want to give away free money, go right ahead. Go do it. It's your choice, my
Hold
brother.
on, hold on. I want to know something. Dapper, what state you from? What state you from, Dapper? Can you answer me that?
Yeah, wait a minute, because we behind. So he should be picking it up in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, why would you want to sign something, man? I mean, what kind of question? I mean, for real. Just refuse the title? No, man. Hold on. What state you from? Okay.
Yeah,
And
JC.
I'm asking that for a reason. I'm not gonna say what that reason is here on the podcast, but there's a reason. I mean, because I'm like, what kind of anyway? Yeah, you don't want to sign nothing with these people. Now I'm gonna tell you something. There's a difference in signing the acknowledgement of paternity. Well, it really ain't no difference, but there is a slight difference. If you sign acknowledgement of paternity in a hospital, which millions of Americans do, if you sign it at the child support division, it's a whole different beast. They the same, but it's a different beast. The one they have you sign at the child support agency is an actual affidavit used for them to prosecute you and come after you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, if you don't challenge that, because due process means if the state is trying to get you to sign anything that will deprivate your rights, they have to tell you, the risk and consequences before you sign or agree anything. And once
Right.
you sign that, is what's called full faith and credit. Ain't that
Yep.
funny? They're gonna give you full faith and credit to come after you. You know what I'm saying? So basically, no, you don't want to sign nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. Because that's admissible as evidence for that 4D collector judge to come after you and slap money on to you to take, you know what I'm saying, to take your assets, to lock you up, and all that other stuff.
Let me read y'all something about filing about child support lien. About y'all getting these goddamn bank accounts and shit. I'm finna read y'all some shit right now. Account means, and this coming out of child support. Account means any type of demand, deposit account, checking or negotiable withdrawal order account, savings account, time deposit account, money market mutual fund account, certificate of deposit, or any instrument of deposit which any individual has a beneficial ownership either in its entirety or on a share or multiple party basis, including any accrued interest and dividends. B, a life insurance policy in which an individual has a beneficial ownership or liability insurance against which any individual has filed a claim or counterclaim. Claims means the obligee or a private attorney representing the obligee. So there you go, fellas. I just proved tonight that you have two obligees. You have your baby mama and you have the state attorney going after you, trying to say that you allegedly borrowed some money. Now let me keep going. Claimant means the Title 4D agency providing child support services. So what they're saying is when they bring you into court, they're claiming that you owe her debt that she signed you up for.
That's right.
Okay. Now let me read it. Title 4D agencies providing child support services. Let me keep going. A domestic relations office or local registry, or D, a attorney appointed as a friend of the court. C, court having continuing jurisdiction is the court of continuing exclusive jurisdiction in the state or tribunal, that's where that word tribe again, of another state having jurisdiction under the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act or a substantially similar act. Number 4, financial institution has the meaning assigned by 42 USC section 669A D1 and includes a depository institution, credit union, benefit association, liability or life insurance company, money market mutual fund, or any similar entity authorized to do business in the state. Number 5, lien means a child support lien issue in this or another state. So, fellas, it is not safe to have shit in your name.
They got a lien on your social.
Yes. Unless you beat these people in court, it's not safe to be using that social. Okay.
One guy got locked up for changing his social security. Why did he get locked up? Let's think about it. One, his social security ain't yours. Once they put a lien on it and you change it, you just messed up their whole accounting department. So
yeah,
once they put you on child support, that social is theirs, and there's a lien on it.
Man, I got some more shit I'm gonna read y'all. Hold on. Okay. Every time they lien you, fellas, they supposed to lien you. Okay? I mean, they supposed to notice you. All right? Check this shit out. Oh, got to show and cause tomorrow. Okay. Contents of child support lien notice. Except as provided by subsection, the child support lien notice must contain the name and the address of the person whom the notice is being set, style docket, cause number, y'all know that, yada, 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 right? The full name, if known, social security number of the obligee. Now, oh, you heard what I just read? Brother, did you hear what I just read? I'm giving y'all jewel tonight, man. I'm going to read it over. And this is on the contents of a child support lien notice. Number 4, the full name and, if known, the social security number of the obligee, nigga. They supposed to give your baby mama, they supposed to have your baby mama's child support, her social security number on that paperwork. Do they have your baby mama's social security number on that paperwork? No. Why? Why don't have it? Huh? Man, just gave y'all a fucking jewel, man. What's up? They got your shit, but they don't want you to have her shit.
What makes child support a contract? Who can answer that? Let's see if anybody's paying attention. What makes child support contractual? What makes it an actual agreement? Well, let me tell you. It becomes an agreement as soon as your baby mama go down there, fill out an application, which includes the application with your information on it. She also, at the same time, fills out a paper for direct deposit, and she fill out some paperwork of them promising to collect money for her. That becomes a contract. Then what they have to get you to do is agree to it, either by saying yes or to get you to acquiesce. How do they get you to acquiesce? They get you to acquiesce when they get you in those court proceedings and they ask you questions. See, a lot of y'all don't pay attention when they got you in those courtrooms. They ask you how much you make, how many hours you work. You get what I'm saying? Let me see your check stubs. Let me see your tax forms. So here's the thing, and me and Wasil talked about this. That is called findings of fact. That is called an evidentiary hearing. The first time, whether it be paternity, they call it paternity. Like my brother said, he on the chat, he said he has to go through a paternity hearing. It's really an evidentiary hearing, not paternity. I'm gonna call it how it is. And what the judge's job is, since she's contracted to collect for 4D services in the state, she needs to gather information on how to calculate your shit. Here's the problem. They cannot put you in a debt until they give you notice and give you the opportunity to defend yourself. That's like me going to Wasil. Hey, man, what kind of car you got? What kind of house you got? Oh, okay, I'm just going to take it. No, just because I'm asking you what you got and asking you to show me what you got, don't give me the right to take it if you don't give permission to. Do you understand? Did y'all give permission for them to take your money? No. What do? They just ask you questions. How much you make? Where you work? That doesn't give them a right to take anything. They just asking you questions. If they take it without your permission, they're committing fraud.
Yes. Yes.
Y'all pay attention. You know, findings of fact. And if you go in there and say, and they ask you questions like, when do you see your son? Or when do you see your daughter? The real reason behind that question is to get you to admit that that's your son and your daughter, not the question itself. That way they can validate that you are, connected to that child and that you're the person that they coming after.
Hey, check this out. I found what they said with your employer. You know how you talking about the employer deducts a fee from these guys?
Oh, guess what I found out? You wanna hear something about that fee?
Yes.
Guess what I recently found out? So on some people's check, it will say employer whatever, and they'll take out $1 up to $5, right?
Right.
In addition to taking your money and giving it to somebody else. Well, I've seen on one where it actually says child support administration, $1. So the agency is taking money directly from your check, whether it be $1 or $5, every check, you add that up a month. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never seen it say child support agency. It always says something like administrative or something like that.
Let me read it. And this was it was in 2000. I have a 2011 edition of this book I'm reading. Let me read it for y'all, fellas. Check this out. This is under another state. It says employer may deduct fee from earnings. An employer may deduct an administrative fee not more than $10 each month from the obligor's disposable earnings in addition to the amount to be withheld as child support. Check this out. No later than the 20th day after the date an order of writ of withholding is delivered, the employer may, as appropriate, file a motion. Your employer might file a motion with the court or file a request with the Title 4D agency for a hearing on the applicability of the order of writ to the employer. The Title 4D agency by rule shall establish procedures for an agency hearing under this section. The hearing under this section shall be held no later than the 15th day after the date of the motion requested was made. An order of writ of withholding remains binding and payment shall continue to be made pending further order of the court, or in the case of administrative writ action of the Title 4D agency. So, fellas, if you got a down ass employer that care about you, he can file a motion for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay.
Right.
Check this out. Liability of obligation of employer workers' compensation claims. Uh-oh. We can get down to the nitty-gritty now. Uh-oh. An employer receiving an order or writ of withholding under this chapter, including an order or writ directing the health insurance be provided to a child who complies with the order or writ, is not liable to the obligor for the amounts of income withheld and paid as required by the order of the writ. An employer receiving an order or writ with withholding who does not comply with the order or writ is liable to the obligee for the amount not paid in compliance with the order or writ, including the amount of the obligor required to pay health insurance to the obligor. Okay. This is workers' compensation claims. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That fee, when I just read about the claims, that fee, if you got a dirty ass employer, he's gonna take that money back that you had a compensation claim, right? Let's say an injury claim, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get a small little fee for turning you over to them people.
Yes. Just like the hospitals and anybody else.
Now check this out. Here go the kicker, fellas. This is what you want. Fine for non-compliance for your employer. In addition to civil remedies provided by this subchapter or any other remedy provided by law, an employer knowingly violates the provision of this chapter may be subject to a $200 fine for each occurrence in which the employer fails to, number one, withhold child support as instructed in an order of writ issue under this chapter, or remit withheld income at the time required by section 158-203 to the payee identified in the order of writ or to the state disbursement unit. B, a fine recovered under this section shall be paid to the county in which the obligee, your baby mama, resides and shall be used by the county to improve support services. Oh,
Wow.
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 Hey, now, what's up? Hey, this is Shamstoppers, baby. Stopping the bullshit before it starts. What's up? Hey, you don't work for us, okay? Can't nobody say Shamstoppers, fuck y'all, none of that. We giving y'all the go right here. Right here, who fucking you? These people fucking you, man.
Yes.
And you only get charged $200 for saying fuck you. Now I'm gonna do him like that. What's gonna hurt them from losing $200, right?
Right.
Because you losing $2,000 from your check. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Come on, fellas. What's up? Y'all just heard this. So that money going to the disbursement unit to hire more motherfuckers to put more hell in your life. So you paying for more hell in your life when you giving this tax-free money to this so-called creditor, obligee, because obligee means creditor, that bitch. And if you listen to any punk motherfuckers on here who ain't read you this shit, they full of shit and they with them motherfuckers.
That's right.
They've been pulling your leg, pissing on your back, and tell you it's raining, but we sit up here reading you this shit, what's going on. Shamstoppers been on this shit from day fucking one. We done took over. You know what I mean? Real talk. They improving the child. I'm gonna read it again so y'all can listen to this shit. It says a fine recovered under this section shall be paid to the county, not your children. The county which the obligee, that dirty bitch, resides, and shall be used by the county to improve child support services. So y'all making these motherfuckers rich. Tax-free goddamn money.
That's right.
Now y'all
tax money and the state's getting federal funding.
Where y'all gonna read? Who gonna read you this shit, man? This shit ain't on no fucking internet.
If y'all look, if y'all really want to shut the agency down, just start fighting, because they get penalized every year when they do not meet their federal bonus performance. They get penalized by the Social Security Administration Act. So basically, if their numbers drop and how many people they sign up, they lose out on money. They get penalized.
Check this out, fellas.
Why some agencies are shutting down.
You know how to kill a disease? Want me to tell you how to kill a disease?
Tell them how to kill a disease.
You starve it.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Because a disease needs a host to live on.
Yes.
And a disease means you're diseased. You know what I mean? So your baby mama is a disease. You got to make her diseased. Okay?
She's not at ease because she's vindictive, she's miserable, and she needs company for that misery.
Yes. Man, I got some more shit. I'm going to save it for the next podcast. We're going to save it to the next podcast. But y'all learned tonight that this shit is going to the county, okay? Not your children. Because they ain't at your child's birthday party. Your child ain't good enough to play with these bastards' children who causing you hell in the state. Right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, somebody say I have a question, fellas. And the filing motion is not worth it. What's the other avenue? Man, I can't give you no legal advice. I just gave you so much power, man. I don't know.
I told them what they do in the last podcast.
Yeah, go to the last podcast, bro, and listen.
Yeah, just real quick. This ain't legal advice. This is just what I noticed that they do. They don't file motions. They file orders, memorandum and orders. See, memorandum is different from a motion.
Yeah.
Look up what memorandum is. And attached to that memorandum, they attach a motion for the judge to sign.
Fuck it.
I think they are.
Fuck it. I'm finna read y'all something else. Y'all ready for this? Let me read y'all something else. Hold on. God damn it. Withholding from severance pay. JC, you finna love this one. In this section, severance pay means income paid on termination of employment in addition to employees' usual earning from the employer at the time of termination. An employer receiving an order of writ of withholding under this section shall withhold from any severance pay owed to an obligor an amount equal to the amount the employer would have withheld under the order of writ if severance pay have been paid as the obligor's usual earnings as a concurrent employee. Number C, the total amount that may be withheld under this section is subject to the maximum amount allowed to be withheld under section 158. Okay, let me read 158.09. Hold on. 158.09. Okay, 50%. So they're going to withhold 50% of your severance pay.
Not if you don't sign it. Every contract can be changed.
You know what I mean?
Clear. And let's be clear. The only
Right.
it will bring up your child, your offspring, is in that courtroom to trick you. After that, it's just money, money, money. What you owe the state, money, money, money. They don't care about your child.
Fellas,
Right.
fellas, your baby mama owes the state. Y'all
I
need to
do.
give her her debt back. Let her. It's her body. She want to call people. Let those people take care of her. Stop taking care of her. You're not. Once the bitch leave and got a new cock inside her, that is, she's married to that new cock. Okay.
Napa, let me answer to a question right here for Dapa 311. Right? He keeps asking questions, stuff like that. Hey, listen. It says, I love your guys' content, but your service is too expensive. Let me tell you, what's more expensive? Giving money for 18, 20 years to some agency, creating a job for people that you don't get to tell what to do, signing away your money, or for somebody that's going to actually give you something productive, something that's going to liberate you.
Or an attorney who will take your money just to give you up.
Right. An attorney that'll turn you in, hand you over, make you sign another contract.
I'm like Picasso, my brother. Let me answer this. I'm like Picasso, like Brother Kish said. We like Picasso. Somebody asked Picasso, why does they have to pay so much money for a 5-minute painting? You know why you got to pay so much money for a 5-minute painting or for what we do? Because we don't give you all this bullshit everybody else give you. You know why? Because I spent from 2010 going to these bullshit ass colleges and learning and reading in the library night and day for till now, till 19. That's what you're paying for, my experience. You know what I mean? That I am not on child support, and for the energy for you not to be on child support, and for you to get off your ass too and do something about it. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You done pay way more than what you paid your baby mama, what we asking for as a gift, aka donation. I guarantee you that.
Hey, look, I'll give y'all my experience. When I first met Shamstoppers, when I first encountered Wasil, and I heard what he was speaking, man, I dropped that brother 2 G's with no question. No question. But you know what? That was a few years ago, and look where I'm at now.
Brother, and
I
then
got
Brother Wasil.
books, I do
Yeah,
more reading. Man, I'm telling you, I done soared off with my own wings. So I mean, hey, like I said, you gotta put all good things have to be invested in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Put it like this. Nah, go JC. What you was gonna say?
okay, yeah, because he just made a good point. I remember when Brother Wasil was talking, there was a lot of other gurus out there, right? Basically giving you a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, and you know the way I look at it? If I'm making money in order to make more money, in order to grow, I have to continue, what is it, giving it its seed. So money is a seed. If you put that money and plant it in a good fertile soil, it will produce you more seed and you will continue growing and growing and growing. Well, this is what Shamstoppers is about, fellas. This is not about like, oh, we're gonna give you legal advice. They're gonna give you like, they're gonna be your lawyers. None of that. It's up to you. If you really want to get off child support, man, you're gonna do it. It's like Michael Jordan, like the Nike logo. Just do it. All
Hey,
right.
put it
Just
like
do it,
put it like this.
or just don't do it. It's your
You
choice.
know, you gonna pay, Dapper, you gonna pay with your time or you gonna pay for somebody else?
That's right.
Correct.
No, it ain't, it's not $3 grand. You know what I mean? It's not 3 grand. I don't know who told you that. One of them idiots told you that. Somebody told you that they can't read. But anyway,
Correct.
And let me set the record straight. You don't pay for paperwork. That's stupid.
No.
You pay for somebody's time. Okay?
thank you.
If you
Yes.
look, the more work you put in, the more you will work. Okay? If you don't work, it won't work. We're not here to hold your hand. We can't represent you in court. We don't give you legal advice. We point you to the legal facts. Okay? It's not the paperwork. See, you got other people on here who is selling you paperwork, which is the same for everybody else. See, we actually listen to you and we actually construct a plan for you. It's a big difference. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So don't get it twisted. We don't say, "Hey, buy this piece of paper and off you go. Goodbye. We don't want to hear your story. We're not gonna be there for you." It ain't how it works.
Right.
hey,
Let me say let me read JC and let me read all y'all something. All right. How y'all can catch them if they fuck up with this income withholding. I'm gonna leave that with I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
you're gonna read my IWO or the IW they sent to my employer?
Now I'm gonna read out of the Texas code where they fucked up on your shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
On issuance, notice to the obligor. They didn't send you that notice, correct?
No, that's where they fucked up.
Let me read it. A. On the issuance of an administrative writ of withholding, the Title 4D agency shall send the obligor, number one, fellas, notice that the withholding has commenced, including the writ issue as provided by Section 158.502B. The amount of arrears include future. Number two, except as provided by Section 1502C, notice of the procurers to follow if the obligor desires to contest withholding on the grounds that the identity of the obligor or the existence of amount of arrearages is incorrect. And number three, a copy of the administrative writ, including the information concerning the income provided to the employer. B, the notice required under the section may be sent to the obligor by number one, fellas, personal delivery by a person designated by the Title 4D agent. Did you get this shit person delivered?
Nope.
Okay, number two, first class mail or certified mail return receipt requested, address to the obligor's last known address. Did they send that shit to you? You had to sign for it?
Hell no.
Number three, service of citation as in civil cases generally. What's up, man?
Yep.
What's up?
There it is. And hey, hold up, and just to point out, we didn't even attack that. That's the thing. We didn't even attack that.
No, we didn't.
We just told them stop taking the money. That was it.
Yes.
That's why I'm laughing because see, I think on the last video I think I pointed out, read the paperwork. It tells you, it gives you instructions on how to tell them no.
Thank you. Well, fellas, we're gonna sign off. We've been on here long enough. I'm gonna come back and drop some more jewels the next podcast. You know what I mean? We're gonna have more fun next podcast. I can't wait for Father's Day because remember this Father's Day is gonna be fathers are better parents than mothers. All right. So
Right.
be looking forward for that on Father's Day. We're gonna have fun on that day, and we're gonna
Oh,
drop another podcast probably Sunday.
yeah. Oh, and just to clear up the air for everybody else who's feeling like they don't have the money or they don't want to pay the money, I'ma just be real simple. All you could take that money, buy you the appropriate books, and study your ass off. You know what I mean? Because the knowledge is not hard to obtain. You're paying for the experience, the knowledge, and the labor that we put in. We take our money and we buy books. Like my brother Wasil, look, recently he bought like, I don't know, like 7, 8 books. Spent
10,
hundreds, yeah,
10.
10 books. Spent hundreds of dollars on those books. So what you're essentially asking us to do is to assist you with the knowledge that we put capital in, that we put our money in to research, read, and apply what we know to help you. Do you understand? You ain't got to get Shamstopper service. You ain't got to get anyone over here to help you. See, like I said, we don't take you. We don't say, "Hey, give us this and run." We don't do that. So if you have a problem with what somebody's energy is going to cost and their time, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a headache, especially if we have to do like some district court appeal, give you some knowledge on that. That stuff is not easy. Okay, that's why attorneys charge thousands of dollars to do this. Do you think they feel sorry for you? Okay, well, you said you ain't got enough money. No, they be like, come back when you have it. Okay, so, and like I said, you can go anywhere you want. You can go to anybody on YouTube. We don't care. You know what I mean? We just on here sharing knowledge based off what we find and what we experience. We're being humble enough to share it with you. Like my brother Wasil say, go read a book. You know what I mean? I have 4 bookshelves full of law. If it wasn't for Wasil, I wouldn't have had that. And like I said, when I first met the brother, I donated that brother 2 G's right off top. No question. I said, here, take it. What you saying is facts. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for Wasil. I would not be here where I'm at today. I would not know what I know. And here I am on the same podcast next to the brother giving y'all information. Y'all can be that powerful. I'm telling you. Y'all could be right here on Shamstoppers on the same podcast where we're at, dishing the same information if you apply yourself. But with that, I am out.
That was my brother. That was one of the brothers right here at the bottom. Shalom, shalom, my brother.
Shalom.
That's brother C Dub in the house. Carlos, brother Carlos. Yeah, that's another victorious brother right there. You know what I mean? Victorious. You know what I mean? Begging him for money.
Yes.
No, thank you. Shit, you know
We
what I mean?
would like to see the rest of you brothers on this same podcast giving information out to everybody else. Each one teach one to be one.
Yes.
And you become powerful when you come to Shamstoppers for help. We don't just look, we help you learn. That's how powerful we are. Unlike everybody else, we help you learn. We point you in the right direction, but you got some people out there who are lazy and who wants to join the army of free shit. That's not how it go over here. Not how it goes. You know, I've been litigating in federal court, court of appeals, state of court. Ain't no hell I'ma do some free work. That's hard work.
And I'm gonna tell you something,
I
fella.
spent hundreds of dollars on these books, and I feel disrespected when someone comes to me wanting free shit. And I'm like, how much money did you put in? You want my knowledge from all the hundreds of dollars I spent to gain it, and you want me to give it to you for free? No, 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 no. I will point you in a direction where you can get it and read on your own. But if you want me to help you do something and do it, it's stressful work. See, we promote you to read and be self-sufficient. We're not like some other people like, all right, give us $250 or give us $800, give us $1,300 and we'll give you this template. No. A template is not your claim. A template is everybody's claim. And that's when you're going to fail to state a relief to be granted.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, fellas. So, like we were saying, we come on here and I'm giving you some stuff that I be reading upon. I'm reading every night. You know what I mean? I have to stay up on my game in case somebody want to try me. Okay? So I have to polish my game every day. Somebody called me. I'm reading something. So I done got rid of tickets. This child support shit, you know what I mean? Shit easy. It's not hard. So yeah, fellas, you got anything else you want to say, brother, before we sign off?
Oh, one book everybody needs to get is a legal writing book. Please get one so you don't seem like an idiot. Okay, when you go to court, get it. Legal writing. Okay, get a book on legal writing. It will help you. I promise. You see how
And
easy it is? You see the information we give to empower you. See, JC, you got something to say, brother. Talk to them, brother.
Yeah, let me say something, man. So you hear these brothers telling you, giving you information, guiding you, giving you direction. Who else is gonna give you direction? I mean, they just pointed out like templates. I mean, everybody can create a template and just give it an kind of like a blueprint, and they make you believe that applies to everybody. It's not. I think on the last video I pointed out that every situation is different. It's I mean all of us went through different situations. So to point that out about time and energy, fellas, I mean, I remember when I started, going after these people for my money and all that stuff, right? Like I said, there was a lot of gurus, but I'm gonna give you what is it, something that I went through before I start, came to Shamstoppers. So I went and contacted a lawyer, right? And you know what the lawyer wanted me to do? Oh, what we gotta do is sign another contract. He didn't say that, but but that's what he wanted me to do. He said he had to file paperwork and all that. You know how much that lawyer wanted for an hour of his time just to talk on the phone?
How much?
$400.
Man, they even charge for email too.
Correct. So you mean to tell me that you just explained to them you have a whole bookshelf that you spend all your money doing all this research to point these people out in the right direction, right? Just on facts. Not like we're not doing this legal advice like lawyers and everybody else does it. No, just point out the facts. Okay. And these guys want $400 just to make you go sign a contract and become a slave in a different, in a different manner. I mean, who in the right mind is gonna pay up to become a slave?
Right.
I mean, that's just common sense. So you know what I told the lawyer? You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do you a favor. Keep $100. Give me the $300 back. Your time was useless. And then he's like, well, no, the lawyer's gonna do what you want me to do. I can't get your money back. It doesn't work in the state of Texas, yada yada. I said, look, I don't want to listen anymore. You're wasting my time, man. Just send me the money. Keep that 100. And it's like, okay, I guess we'll do that. And he sent me my money. Then I contacted, brother Wasil, you know, and that's what I did, man. Just like you did, you donated 200 racks so he could continue working and researching. I donated I mean, not 200, two racks. I also did the same. I gave him two racks, and I probably given him more, because one thing about Sham Stoppers is you gotta invest. There's gotta be books that you still gotta read and other things. So now to give you on that. Right, to point out, lawyers charge you $400. Brother Wasil, when you call the phone, he picks up. The other day we were working on a case, we were working on something, right? And somebody called. About half an hour, Brother Wasil was attentive and listening to everything this fella had to say. Okay, I just went back on to reading. I just saw Brother Wasil walking around, on the phone and kind of like trying to pay attention, trying to take notes on this guy. It's like, so you mean to tell me the brother was just listening here to you, and you're gonna pay some guy just because he has some title, some certificate, you're gonna pay him $400 so that way he can go back and enslave you later on, just to give you just to tell you, hey, I'm gonna go and enslave you some more. Just sign this contract right here, and we're all set, and give me the money. Also, give
Right.
me the money for that phone call. I mean, come on, fellas.
Yep. Well, fellas, we about to sign off. It's been good. We're gonna put up a next podcast pretty soon. I'm gonna drop a video this week. and then put up another podcast Sunday, fun day. All right, fellas?
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good night, man. It's Sunday night. Have fun. Do what you do. Be safe. Peace.
All right, peace, brothers.